kind of paramount. I've thought that most of us will have taken the assignment paramount because these are basically knowledge check. I don't need the knowledge. I don't need the knowledge. It's you are the one that needs the knowledge. And we're trying to examine ourselves to see how good we are with some things already. I don't think that should be a problem for us to actually keep track of or to actually check. So, but then I noticed the fact that most of us have not done our assignments. We have over 400 people onboarded, and then we had just about 100 plus, less than 200 that attempted the call for that actually. So, please, my voice is very low. Is it better? Okay. Okay, I believe you can hear me now. Okay, so I believe my voice should not be that low because I'm already on my PC, so my voice should not be that low. So please, if you can see my screen already, please. Okay, I think I can see reaction already. That people can see my screen already. I think I can see reaction already. That people can see my screen already. Okay, so how they walked through last week, divine our data, importance of data, type of data, and then in the last class also, this is the curriculum, and in the last class we looked at introduction to Excel, understanding Excel environment. That was also did in our last class, and then very quick also today we'll be looking at understanding the basic Excel functions. We'll be looking at the basic Excel functions, and then also we'll try and see if we can start our class on conditional formatting to this class, so that we can wrap up for our week 2 tomorrow in our class tomorrow. So let me bring my Excel sheets back on so that we can jump right into our Excel. Okay, so I will stop sharing my screen for a while and then share it back again as I've already connected my second screen. So you guys can see just my second screen. Stop presenting. Okay. Yeah. That's fantastic. Yeah. So put this one over here for you guys to see. Put this over here for you guys to see. Close this and then yes and then okay. Okay, yeah, we are together now. So in our last class we looked at this and we looked at the definition of Excel itself, looking at the fact that we have it from workbook, narrowing down to sheets, and then narrowing down to rows and columns, and then from cell. And then we remember that we define that your cell is the smallest unit of life, and then which is actually what we looked at last time, that your cell is the smallest guy you can actually ever deal with on your Excel workbook. So and then we did our naming ceremony, and also last week we looked at how to name your cells and how to navigate through all those names. Just a kind of quick recap. We looked at our clipboard, what it means to clip, to copy, paste, cut, and format printer. Already on your LMS, you already have access to about 250 shortcuts on Excel. I dropped that before the class today, and then so that you can also start maximizing those shortcuts in your day-to-day life. So in our class today, we are diving straight into basic calculations on your Excel. Basic calculations on your Excel. So now we have this guy. This is the guy we actually did last class. If you can remember, how many of us can remember this? If you can remember, okay, fantastic. Yeah, I know that Emmanuel was in class. I know Emmanuel was in class. I know, okay, fantastic. Precious. Oh, that was great. Yeah. It shows the fact that we gather day. That was we gather day. We say now leave me waka come this time around. Now both waka come. So Yeah, just I remember. Yeah, fantastic. So so let's just develop a kind of random scores for these guys. So let's just develop a random score for these guys. Then I'll be using a formula to develop a random score. I'll be using a formula. So don't panic so much because we are not discussing formula yet. So if you're I said, like I said, if you're a teacher, and then you will have this, you insert here, and then over here you can have your maybe your your total obtainable, uh, if you're a teacher, and then you have all this to be 100, we want to change the rotation of this, but then let's say all this 100. So we want to change the orientation of this. So we want to change it back. We want to remove this orientation. Yeah, I want it to be like this, and then you can double click this. You double click this, and then to make it faster, I can click here and then double click here. Yeah, to make it faster. So I'm already teaching you some shortcuts already. I'm already teaching you some shortcuts already. So now we want to look at what is total obtainable score. What's our total obtainable score? Your total obtainable score will be the sum of all these guys. It will be the sum of all these guys. So now we are now going around what are our basic calculations. We have something in mathematics that we call aggregating functions. We have something in mathematics we call aggregating. So your aggregating functions, definitely they are functions that actually allows you to compact. For example, your sum is an aggregating function, your minimum is an aggregating function, your maximum is an aggregating function, your average is an aggregating function, your count is an aggregating function. So we are going to look at all these functions and how to do all these functions on our Excel today, in class today, and then from once we lay the foundation of all these guys, we will now go to a kind of further more complex formulas or functions that we can use for data analytics and business analytics. So now we want to calculate the sum of all these guys. We want to calculate the total of all these guys so that we can know the total obtainable. If you have seen a report card before, even if you are parents now, you can check on your kids' report card. You see something they call mark obtainable. So they have something like they call mark obtainable. Their mark obtainable is like the total if they are doing seven subjects. So they do 100 times 7, and that will be 700 as the mark obtainable. And then for then you now have mark obtained. So that mark obtained is not the total sum of what your child actually scored or what you scored in class. So let's say your total score is 554. This is it. So now they will now compare your mark obtained. They will now have what to call our class average. We now have what to call our class average. Your class average will be based on whatever the average score on your class is. Then that's where they will now compute your position in class. That is based on your rank when they check what you obtain, what your child obtained with what others actually got in class. So that's the basic logic behind it. So we want to do the same thing. We want to do it over here. So please, after this class, I believe that any teacher on this call should start applying this basic Excel function in their report card computation and in their school or class monitoring. It will actually help you a lot. So we want to do some of all this. So there are ways we can do this. We can do in Excel, note this. In Excel, before you write any formula in Excel, before you write any formula in Excel, you must introduce equal to sign. You must introduce equal to sign. So that I can make my my dashboard neater. Let me bring my notepad out, that I can show you from notepad something more something cool to deal with. So So this is my notepad on the screen, and I'm saying that for any calculation or to use any formula in Excel, you must first introduce. I think this is part of your question in your quiz. You must first introduce your equals to sign. If you don't introduce your equals to sign, anything you are typing, it will be taken as a word or as a text under your Excel. But then the command that you need to give to this guy to make this guy know that you are about to type a formula is this your equals to sign. And then that's why I don't want to talk with it. So now let's see our equals to sign. So we want to do our equals to over here. For your calculation, for your sum, we want to add all these guys together. So we can do equals to this one plus this one plus this one rather plus this one plus this one plus this one plus this one plus plus this one, and then you press enter so that you can have your total. No, that is method 1 or style 1. That's method 1 or style 1. I want to teach you guys 2 or 3 steps or method you guys can use, and then I will allow you guys. I will raise the pool for you guys to pick which style do you like most. I will allow you guys to pick the style that you like most. So let's return this guy back to normal. So over here we have 800. This is style 1. So let's copy this guy. We'll delete the remaining later. Let's just add it here. Start. This should be for style 2, and this should be for style 3. So anything I'm pressing now, don't get carried away by it. Just don't worry. Anything I'm pressing, don't get carried away by it. So Control D to fill down. So what I just pressed now is what we call our Control D, and our Control D is for filling down. And then the first one is that I pressed my equals to, and I was clicking on this one by one. Second style, I'm clicking equals to. There's a function on a Z that is called your sum. So you can say equals to sum. Can you see that it's bringing us option already on your Z? So you can click the sum, and it will ask you for the numbers. You can now come and be clicking it one by one again, comma this, 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 and then comma this. That's the second style. That is second style. You guys don't panic yet. I can see reactions already. Don't panic yet. We are going somewhere. So I've shown you guys 2 styles already. Okay. So now let's go to the third style. So the same thing that we had over here, equals to sum into bracket. So instead of picking them and one by one and paying comma and comma and comma and comma, you can easily do this. Drag this guy like this once and for all, and then press your enter. Can you see that? And then the last style is that even I don't want to do all these things safe. I don't even want to do this thing. So you are just on your keyboard, everybody listen to me, on your keyboard, where you are right now, on your keyboard, you just want to press your Alt and equals to. But then this time around, it is speaking it vertically. That's because we have something vertically. So I want to allow space for this so that you can know I'm picking horizontally. Start here. Let's see. Alt equals to. Can you see that? Alt equals to, and then it is picking this. Can you see that? And we are getting the same thing. So let me get a quick feedback. Which method do you like most? Which method do you like most? So let me quickly get a which sum method do you like So we have our method one, method two, method 3, and then method 4. So you can participate in the pool. Let me know. Let me know the method you like most. Let me know the method you like most. Okay. So out of the first two, can you see now that little what was it called? Little participation in class actually goes a long way. We raised the pool earlier, just 33 people now actually participated. All those little things, they actually go a long way. So I don't know. Do I need to show you guys how you guys need to participate in the pool so that you guys can know how to participate in the pool or what? So because right now I'm coming, can I join on my phone so that I can show you on phone, because I know that most people will be joining the class on their phone. I know most people will be joining the class on their phone. So yeah, so you didn't really get the second and the third one. Okay, so let me look at the pool results so far. So yeah, so okay, method 3. Most people are preferring method 3. Like, okay, that's fine. You know, that's fine. It depends basically on what we prefer actually. So yeah, so that's fine. So let's move ahead because of our time, so that we will not flog this so much. So either method we are using, the truth is we are still getting the same results. And then I want to delete this guy so that we can move ahead. Yeah. So but then for me, I prefer the alt equals 2 method, the last method, and then I have my results very fast. So but then I've been able to show you guys how to type your formulas inside your Excel cell now. I've been able to show you how to type a formula. So now I want to quickly apply a formula that you guys might not know. So please don't disturb yourself about it now. So random value. I want to get a random value between 50 and let's say the highest mark in class is 99. Let's say 50 and 99. So I have this, and then I can drag this to this side, and then I can fill this guy down. You know, I can fill this guy down. Ctrl D, Ctrl C, and then these values. Okay. So yeah, I know that I can see the reactions already. I can see the reactions already. Don't what I did just now. Don't worry about it. Don't disturb yourself about it. Don't disturb yourself about it. You know, there's a difference between you are just coming to class to learn and someone that has been doing this for years. So but then just what I just did now is just to show you, just to quickly bring this data set online so that you can have something to use in class. It's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. It's just for us to get data. So now, since we have the formula already, so we can repeat the same formula for all these guys. Alt equals to, and then have it down. So in fact, if I don't want to have it down, in our last class last week, I show you what we call our fill down. This guy over here, our fill down, fill right, fill up, fill left. So I can highlight this. And come to here. Since I'm trying to fill it down, I can click on this and click on fill down. Can you see that? So I told you that once we start applying in class, you will see some of those functions. So with that, I've been able to apply the formulas to if you click on any one of them, you see that the formula is there, is intact, very much intact. If you click on any one, you see that the formula is very much intact over there. You can see that. I'm lost on the formula. My network is hanging. Okay, you are lost on the formula. Please, as much as possible. The formula is quite straightforward anyway. But then, because I don't want to, we can't keep going back for everybody on this call. Imagine if 100% formula is network is hanging. Formula, my network is hanging. Can you throw more lights? I'm able to get the lecture. My network choose today to be unstable, and it's like okay. So it's what I press is your alt equals to sign, alt and equals to sign. So for the formula again, just a quick one, you can click on your alt function on your keyboard plus equals to sign on your keyboard. This guys, that is what we are using for the formula. In fact, this time around, you don't even need to press your equals to at all. You don't even need to press your equals to at all. Just press the alt equals to immediately, and then you are good to go. So that's the only that's the major difference between them. So now, since we have done that, so let's come here and say and do our class aggregating. So basic formulas on Excel. Let's come back here. Let's place this here, and then sum. We want to see the total score of people in English. Total score of people that did English. So I want to come here. I want to do my equals to sum, because in fact I can still do my alt equals to, also if I still want alt equals to, can you see that it picked everything, but I don't need this guy over here. I can cancel this guy, this total printable, right? And then I can click on enter, and I can see my total score for English. And then I can do the same thing over here. So instead of writing the formulas all over again, I can click on fill right. Can you see that? So for my fill right, if you fill the same formula I have in all those guys, it will fill it over for others also. So, and if you just click on this, can you see the formula again? If you double click on this, can you see the formula again? If you double click on this, can you see the formula again? Can you see? Very soft life. We don't need to repeat. You know, Excel is part of what we can use for process optimization, and we don't want to keep repeating the same formula every time. And that's the reason why we have all this. So we can see now that in our class for English, the total score of people have in English is 1,157, and we can see the total score, and we can see the total score for everybody over here. So now we want to see who is the class minimum, who has the lowest score in class, like who has the lowest score in class. So for us, we do, we have a lot of score. We have quite a lot of scores over here, from year to year, from Sterling, to Princess, to Mogbo, to Mary Jane, to Favor, to Tamuno, to Eze, to Prosper, to David, to David Sumto, to Chikube, to Esther, Bosse, Matthew, Precious, and the like, people in class now. So we want to see the person in class. So not do this based on the life, just have something to complete in class. So for minimum, we have the formula for minimum to be minimum. The formula for minimum is minimum. So you can press equals to, then your mean. Can you see? So one beautiful thing about Excel that you guys need to understand is that as of inbuilt where's my notepad? Yeah. So one thing you should note about Excel is that Excel has an inbuilt function or formula library. Excel has an inbuilt function or formula library that once you press equals to and any and the beginning of your formula, it will suggest possible formulas with you. And this is one of the reasons why you don't need to cram anything on your Excel. You don't need to cram your formulas. This data analytics is not a cram laptop. Please, somebody is saying no audio. Is it general? If you can hear me, please use an emoji, please. Let me see. If you can hear me, okay, fantastic. Okay, yeah. So please, you will know some people that are from the local side and from people that are from the city. When some people are complaining about network now, you know that they are from the local and not from the city local. So please don't go and quote me outside though, so that you will not take. So let's get back to class. Let's get back to class. So I was saying that your Excel by default will suggest formulas to you. Actually, it will suggest formula to you. So and then yeah, so thank you so much for that, Benson. Anybody that can't hear us or can't see whatever we are displaying, you can just quickly log out and log back in. Yeah, I told you network from UK. The pro sent it to me, so my network is intact. So let's get so you don't need to cram anything. You don't need to understand the rudiments. And then while you find formulas, formulas. In fact, I'm forgetting the spelling for formulas now. Sir. While using formulas on Excel, also you should what? You should learn to follow instructions, or better still, your syntax. You know, better still your syntax. But then I would say that you learn to follow instruction. Why? Because Excel will always instruct you on what. Excel will always Excel will always instruct you on what is next. For example, now let's come back here. So we want to do our minimum. Excel has given us already return the smallest number in a set of value. Can you see the instruction already? The minimum, what this minimum is doing is that it will return the smallest number in a set of value, ignores logical value, and test. It has given you what it is, the definition of the formula already. So by the time you click on this guy, so it is asking you which number, which number, which number. So it is asking you what are the set of number that you want to look at its minimum. So you can see the formula over here, you can see it already over here. So if you are clicking this, comma this, can you see it is changing second number, comma, this, can you see that it is changing? Can you see that it is changing? But because I don't have the luxury of time to come and picking one by one, I don't have that luxury of time. So I prefer to use what we call our range. So immediately I do that, I can come over here, come to the first guy, okay, for styling over here, and drag down to precious over here. And then once I click on my enter, you can see that I have 52 as my lowest. So if we do this data set is not that much. So let's look at it. Let's look at it. Can you see 52? Mary Jane has 52. Can you see? Who has the lowest again? Nobody. Can you see? With that, you can see the lowest. I'll repeat the formula again. Equals to minimum sum to. Somebody is saying sum to. So what Emmanuel sum to? Yeah, Emmanuel Soto also has 52. That's very good. We have on call. Very good observation. Yeah. Sum to also have 52. Mary Jane also 52. So they are the lowest in the class. So in Yoruba we always use one word. Don't let me interpret it to you guys in English so that you guys will not stone me. So the next one, so the same thing, want to repeat the same process again and drag this in again now and click enter again, and then we can see another 52. It's looking like Chinaza, you got 52 also. It's okay. So we can see again from here that we have another 52 here. Matthew here is 52. Who is 52? Nobody again. Okay. So with that, we can see that that's the lowest in class. So and the same thing we can keep. So I can do the same thing of coming here like that. So over here, the lowest mark is 50. Who has 50 here? Matthew again. Matthew, you again. Are you they see tax collect? So Matthew has 50 here again, and then we can see another person here, Prosper, also another 50. You can see that. You can see that Prosper. I thought Prosper should be getting an I max anyway, but then but then that's just the gist. That is just the gist. So now the same thing. I believe that using the same approach, somebody can actually attempt how to do our maximum. Somebody can actually attempt how to do our maximum. One of these days, by the time you guys are doing your assignment, I will see a student that has a very good assignment, and ask the students to come and lead the class at a point in time. Like once you start getting to some assignment, once I have seen your assignment ahead of class, I will inform you ahead of class, and I will give you the opportunity to present your assignment to others in class, so that they will know, that everybody will know that all time. You really want. So okay, so next one we have our maximum. The same thing. Return the largest value in a set of value, ignores logical value, and test. So this time around, we want to pick the highest score in class. So let's look at it, and then we can drag this guy down again. And then 4. Test class. Martin collect. So we Matthew at the end for the call why Matthew is passing the course. I've not been able to do this. So Matthew, who is score, that is fine, that is good. So we can check these again and do our control R. Your control R is the same thing as your fill right. I'm teaching you formula deliberately now. I am introducing you guys to formula small. By default, I could have been, I should have been using formula, but then please can you repeat which part are you asking me to repeat? I don't think I think we have a very good right. So your minimum, yeah, your maximum, yeah. So I think it's just the formula, and then you are good to go. It's just a formula. How do we sum? We don't leave you behind though. See this man. How do we sum, Mr. Brighton? They're asking us how we are summing after we don't reach Onitsha market. Still want drag us to go back village. So your sum is very easy. We have mentioned sum already, and then please, that's one of the reasons why the class is being recorded. You can always go over the recording at your own pace, relax in your house, and then go over the recording. So that's yeah, fantastic. Chuku, thank you so much for that. So you can use your alt plus equals to, you can use your normal equals to sum and the like. So for average, the same approach for average. Just press your average again, just press your average again. And then go back again. And from the first guy again to the last guy again. It's as simple as that. So you are picking an average from the set of people you want to pick from. And then you see the class average for year is 72.3. And then let's do it again to this side and press our control R to fill right. And you can see the class average over here. You can see the class average over here. So now to our count function is very simple. So under our count function, we have ordinary counts, and then we have what to call our count A. We have what to call our count A on a Z. So that you guys will not mix it up. We have something we call counts, and we have something we call count A on a Z. And basically, they are doing almost the same thing, but then they are doing it differently. We are going to test the two. So now count. Count is like your normal count. You have 1, 2, 1. So, and they're not telling you how many do we have. You can easily come back here and say that we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't mind my handwriting. I went to a good school, but then they don't teach me writing in school. So my handwriting is bad in real life. Not talk on laptop like this. So we have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5. So that's basically what your counting means. So we want to count how many students are in class right now. We want to count how many students we have in this class right now. So and then I'm going to use count and count A for both, so that we can see the difference. So count equals to count again. The same thing again, the same approach again. Count the number of cells in a range that contains number. So now, what are the values? I'm expecting this guy to return 0. If we are using it on this guy, I'm expecting this guy to return 0. So let's see. So can you see it is returning 0? Does that mean that we don't have anything inside here? We have something inside here. But then I'll tell you the reason why it is returning 0 very soon. So let's use our count A for the same thing. Count A, can you see? We have count A, we have count blank, we have count if, we have count ifs, we have quite a lot of count like that, depending on whatever you want to do. So let's use our count A and then repeat the same process with our count A and then drag this down and enter. Can you see we have 16 students in class. We have 16 students in class, and that is from our count. So now what is the difference between our count and our count A? The difference is that your count only counts numeric values. Your count only counts numeric value. But then your count A counts your numeric value and your what's it called, and your text. So now let's look at this equals to count. Now let's go and count on a numeric value over here. We can count on a numeric value. So these are numeric values. So let's count this course. So and then let's click on enter. Can you see it is giving us 16? Let's use count A for the same thing also. Count A will return answer for us again this time around, because it is addressing both as the same thing. So this and okay, and we have 16. Can you see that? So your count only deals with your numeric values. If it is not numeric, please just go with your count A. Your count A means your count of test. That's basically what it means. So I don't know if that makes any sense to any one of us. If we are together up to now, please, can you use an emoji so that I can know we are together? Please use an emoji so that I can know we are together. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, so fantastic. Yeah, great, great. It shows we are learning. It shows we are learning. So I want to see. So we have discussed our sum, our average, our count, our quantity. We have done our maximum. We understand our minimum now. And then on the curriculum, for people tracking the curriculum, the only thing that is left there is our if statement under the understanding basic exam function. The only thing that is left there is understanding our if statement. Yeah, which is not an issue. We can easily understand, we can easily do our if statement also. That's not an issue. Um, uh, okay, I think you guys will not be seeing my screen for now, right now. I think so. Is that correct? You guys can see the screen. Okay. Okay, fantastic. You can see it. Yeah, no problem. I'm trying to get my screen back so that I can share my screen back. Something is wrong with my second screen. Yeah, I can't see. Yeah, that's my problem. Okay, so that's I want I can still share this. Whether this guy is trying to come up or not, I can still share this. Just that dilemma is just that I will not be able to see I will not be able to see your class reactions. So that's just the dilemma with that. I will not be able to see your class reactions. So and then I'll be having some interference on this mute for 8 hours. Okay, so we have this already. And then while I'm trying to do that, let me see how I can quickly try to join the call on here. Let me try to see how so I can see what you guys are looking at exactly on your screen. Okay, just 3 minutes. Okay, yeah. Okay, so now I have a feedback. I can see. So yeah, that's it. So let me know. Let me be sure. Can you guys see my screen? Let me be sure of that. You can see my screen. And it's that's why I have my second. Please, guys, I'm still with you. I'm still right here with you guys. I think it's my other screen that actually went off. So that's my problem. I'm fully here with you guys, and I can see what you guys can see. So that's my problem. So just relax for a minute, please. Just relax for a minute, please. Okay, yeah, so my screen is coming back on now, and then my screen is coming back on now. So it's just take that as a short break. I think people from your side, because I'm boosting of my network now, they've already sent somebody to come and attack my own network also, so that we can also have the same experience. But then no problem. So I'm trying to get back. I'm trying to get back in now on my side. Um, So, but then, please, I just want to see our reactions. I just want to see our reactions. Sometimes try to on your camera for facials or something. I just want to see our reaction around. How has the journey been so far? Or do you think that with what you have learned so far, do you think that analytics is easy, or do you think it is still hard? So let me see that. Is it from what we have done so far? Do you think, or maybe we should even raise a poll to that? Based on what we have done so far, do you think data analytics is easy, or something that is hard? So let's use our reaction to speak into that. Let's see. So if it is good, okay, yeah, quite challenging. Thank God he's still thinking about it. Adeze, you are saying okay, good. David is saying it is good. Okay, in fact, David is giving us multiple thumbs up. Uh, Cynthia, what's wrong? It seems Cynthia is still struggling. It seems Cynthia is still struggling with this. Okay, I think some people are still kind of indifferent about it, and a lot of people are actually getting it. Okay, that's kind of fair, actually. That's kind of fair. Yeah, that's kind of fair. That's kind of fair. Okay. So at least we know that some people, it is good, simple to becoming. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I like that. I like that. Bit hard, a little bit hard, always captivating. Okay. No problem with that. Okay. Yeah. So at least someone I can see blessings emoji looking kind of hope say I never miss class like this. He hard, but you know hard. See rhyme. He hard, but you know hard. Yeah. So one thing about it is that it's not coming on a platter of gold, actually.
That's one thing about data analytics, and then, in fact, that's one thing we have to be very, very realistic about. It's not coming on a platter of gold. It's not coming. The promise is not the fact that it will be a kind of smooth journey or a smooth ride. But then what is so good about it is the fact that if you are putting your heart to it, and with this method of teaching we are approaching, if you are putting your heart to it, you know what? You'll be a master at it very soon. Like, you'll be a good master at it very soon. So you just need to just relax, calm your nerve, calm yourself down. Yeah, not really. Yeah, just calm yourself down, and then please, whatever we have done in class so far, it will be best if you guys are practicing it with like almost immediately. That will be the best thing. If you guys are practicing it almost immediately, it helps you to revalidate your learning. It helps you to know whether you've truly learned it or not. So please, knowledge revalidation is something you always want to do, so that you won't struggle by the time you think. At times you think you know something, and now until when you are trying to do it, now then you go no say, I beg go, I not sabi this thing. No. And that's why it is very good for you to practice immediately. Okay, so please, I'm still owing you guys one, and then that is your if statement. I'm still owing you guys one. I'm going to skip your if statement right now. I'm owing you guys that. I'm writing it here so that don't panic. There's no way I can run away from your if statement. In fact, I'm going to teach you your if statement with some other crazy guys. So don't panic. I'm not running away from it. So, but then I just want us to quickly look at what we call our conditional formatting. I mentioned that also in the last class. If I'm showing you if statements now, it will be like, guy, where they carry us go again? We are still struggling with this one. You are still taking us somewhere else, But then just so that we can take it bit by bit. So we are going to look at our conditional formatting right now. And then I believe that in our class tomorrow, we can look at some other mathematical functions, which your if statements will be included. And then definitely you will have assignments for this. In fact, for this coming week, you guys will be having about 2 assignments. Yeah, you'll be having one assignment on your conditional formatting, what we're about to do. And then you have another assignment on your referencing. We are going to discuss about referencing tomorrow. We have absolute referencing, relative referencing, misreferencing. We're going to be looking at those tomorrow, but then don't let me bore you yet. But then I'm giving you tip of the iceberg into what we are going to learn in class tomorrow. Yeah, so what is our conditional formatting? So now, right now on the screen, we have the minimum. The last time we are trying to check out for who is who in class, we are who had the highest score. What we were trying to look at all these things one by one to see who had the highest score, lowest score. You can see that Emmanuel here and the likes. But then what about if we don't want to do that? Or what about if something changed on the long run, and we want to create a system that can easily spot these things, like a system that can easily look at, guys, this is what you are looking for. That's the system we want to try and create. And then that's one of the things that your conditional formatting will help us to do. I think in your quiz, I think there's a question around conditional formatting. And then conditional formatting helps us to actually format or to identify pattern and trend easily. Note that conditional formatting helps us to identify or spot pattern or trend easily. Like, it helps us to spot things easily. So instead of looking at, the minimum score in class is 52, who has 52? And now imagine you have about 1,000 students in your class, and you're now trying to go through the 1,000 data sets to know who has the lowest score. It will be a lot of things. Like, it will be a kind of endless work for you guys to do. So instead of going through that route, we can easily do our what we call our conditional formatting. So what are we going to do? So over here we have conditional formatting, and I've explained this guy to you in class the last week. Not really explanation. I said we are going to look at it in one of these classes, and which is now we are now looking at it. Can you see? I promised you something last week. Now we are looking at it. So now this question says that this says that easily spots trends. Can you see? Easily spots trend and patterns in your data using bars, colors, and icons to visually highlight important values. Okay, yeah. Somebody saying they can't see. Okay, I think my screen is back now. So somebody saying they cannot see my screen. The screen is off. Is it still off? No. Please, is my screen off for everybody? Please let me know. If you can see my screen, please use an emoji. If my screen is, if you can see my screen, okay, people can see my screen actually. Yeah. So my screen is not off. Okay, so thank you so much for that. I was saying that your conditional formatting helps us to actually spot trend and pattern. We can see that. So now we want to spot something on this guy. We want to spot something on this guy, and then we want to use our conditional formatting to call it out. So how are we calling this out? So we can easily do our this. We have some conditions under the conditional formatting. We have highlight cell rule, we have at top bottom rule, we have the data bar, we have the color scale, we have the icon sets, and then also you can define any rule as much as you want. So under this, your highlight cells rule, if you want to highlight anything that is greater than something, anything that is less than something, anything that is between a value, anything that is equal to a value, anything that is anything that a text that contains a text recurring a duplicate value. I can see some reaction. What's happening? Is it that you guys cannot see my screen? I think my screen should be on. I can see my screen on my feedback. Yeah, I can see my screen on my feedback. So okay, so now we want to be, if we are looking at greater than, less than, and then between, all these things they are your normal English words. They are your normal English word. For example, you are saying that highlight any cell that is greater than 50. You know, you already know what you are looking for. You already know that you are coming here to look at anyone that has above 50. You know, that is basically what it means. So if you are saying that look for anyone that is below 40, you already know that you are coming here to look at anything that is below 40. They are your English words. You like your normal English words. So if you are good with English, I don't think this should really be an issue for us to actually ace. So now we have our cell rule. So we have greater than, if you want it to be greater than something, less than something, you want it to be between something, and then equals. So we are going to be looking at all of this one after the other anyway, not in class. So let me shock you. We are going to be looking at every one of them one after the other, everything here, but then not in class. We are going to look at some in class, and then the others will be your assignment. You have to explore everything over here. Like you have to be able to use everything over here. Just a kind of play around. So now let's create a use case. Let's create a use case. So we are saying who has the lowest score in class. You know, as a teacher, you want to know who has the lowest score in class. You want to know who has the highest score in class. You know, as a teacher, you want to know those with scores above average, above class average. You know, you want to know this as well. You know, these are just 3 questions. Anyway, let's answer the 3 questions, and then maybe once we are done answering this question, we can now see if we can answer more questions. So now we can do this generally on our total, so that we can calculate for class itself, or we can do it on our subject, so that we can have more guys to play around with. But then let's do around our total. So for this, if you remember, we've calculated our minimum, and we know that our minimum is the lowest score already. So this is our minimum, that is 501. This is our highest score. The person with the highest score over here is having 706. So now to do that, you can do that. For our minimum force, you can highlight your cell, any cell that you want to apply the formula on. You have to highlight it first. Then come to your formatting, and then this time around, I want to use my equals to. The reason why I want to use my equals to is that I'm looking for the student with the lowest score, and I've already done my lowest score already. So I will teach you guys two approach to that. So equals to, so instead of writing anything here, I will come over here and I'll pick my minimum. Can you see my minimum? And then put it, this guy over here. I'll put this guy over here, and then I can click on this guy and then tell it to fill it red, and I can click on my OK. Can you see at just a glance, I can see the guy that has the lowest score. Matthew has the lowest score in the class. Matthew has the lowest score. So if you are to do position, Matthew should be our position number 16 in class with this that we are having right now. So now, what about if I want to see who is the best student in my class? Who is topping the class? I can do the same thing again. I can just highlight everything again. I can highlight everything again. Conditional formatting again. Conditional formatting again. Cell rule equals to again. And then this time around, I'm going to pick my maximum. I'm going to click on my maximum. So these are maximum. No, these are maximum. Yeah, these are maximum. And then do this. And then this time around, instead of filling it red, I want to fill it green. Now, my preference, and I can click on my OK. So I can click, can you see, as just a simple glance, I can see the person with the highest score in class, which is who? So after this training, we say, Sterling has been maintaining it from the beginning. Okay, so but then with this, we can see already that Sterling has the highest score in class at just a glance. Can you see that we don't need to strain our eyes, we don't need to disturb ourselves, we don't need to be looking in between the lines. And then if we have 1,000 data, like this is how exactly we are going to spotlight everything at just a glance. At just a glance. So that is one of the reasons why that's one of the things that actually makes data analytics kind of very sweet. It allows you to actually spot trend easily. It allows you to spot trend easily. So I think it's because of you guys that are complaining about the network that my network also had that my network is now also doing somehow. But then please, I think network generally in Nigeria is quite bad recently. Actually, I think especially for people in my family that are using MTN. MTN that's supposed to be everywhere you go. It don't they leave us behind though. They go everywhere with us again. So MTN don't they stay good place now. In the chill with big men. So they chill with small boys again. So but then we just need to just adapt and then watch the video all over again, please. If you're struggling with your network, please watch the video all over again. So we have been able to answer two questions. Who has the lowest score? Who has the highest score? We've been able to answer those two questions. And then those with average score, with scores above class average. So let's say we want to see people with their score above class average. So I even want to I want to do something equals to this. I want to do something, and then I want to do something. So let me fill down here. I want to fill down here. So I want to do something, and what's that which I want to do? So instead of assuming you are not calculating all this, your minimum, your maximum, right from the onset. Assuming you are not doing all this, your calculation, please, if you have any question, I think it is best you use the Q&A section, because if your question is coming in on the chat and the chat is getting long, I will not be able to see your question by the time I'm looking at questions later on. Please, if you have any question along the line, please use your Q&A section so that I can easily spot your question also. Please help me to spot your question also. So use conditional formatting on our meeting so that I can spot it easily. So so assuming we are not doing our minimum and our maximum, and we still want to achieve the same thing, there is ways we can achieve it. So let's highlight this. So for the last in the class, let's come here. Highlight cell rule. Let's say, so this time around, I'm using my bottom n. So I want to pick my bottom 10 items. So but then instead of 10, I want to pick the last person in class. Last person in class. Okay, and let's say that's rank in the top. Okay, I picked the top. Okay, so this is the top. This is the highest in the class. I can pick my green. So can you see that? And okay, can you see that? I still have the same thing. I still have the same thing. Can you see that? And now I'm not using what we had before. So I can also come back here again and pick my bottom item. And then this time around, I want to pick the last person in the class. Just the last person, bottom one. So, and I click on my OK. can you see that also we are going to support this thing easily. So whether you're going through this long route of calculating your minimum and your maximum first, or you are going through this route, it's you are good to go. Like you are good to go. So let's see, do the same thing again. Let's repeat this equals to this, and then let's do our average on this guy. So for your average, I will teach you 2 ways also. I'm teaching you 2 ways so that you guys can know that data analytics is not hard though. Like so that you can know that now any style where you like you go use. Okay, this guy is matched. I can unmatch this guy. So you can know that any style where you want to use now you go use. Oh, so I want to insert a new one over here. So and I want to repeat the same thing for this over here, just to teach you guys 2 ways you can do your average also. Answer the last question also. So so now the question is those who score, this should be those, not those who score above class average. Over here already, we already have our class average. What's our class average? 577. So to do this, your method 1, you want to do this over, highlight this guy again, and then conditional formatting, and you're saying highlight cell rule. This time you're saying greater than. So greater than what this time around? Greater than your class average. So you're coming to your class average and you're saying greater than this. Greater than this. So and then we want to highlight them. So let's paint them yellow color. Let me paint them yellow color. This is just my preference, and then okay. So can you see that from this at a glance, you can see those people that actually have their scores above 577, which is our class average. So any one of them, you should not see anybody that is having below 577. Can you see 579, 595, 595, 66, then 555? Can you see that? So, but then let's assume we are not going through this long route of calculating all these guys first, and we just want to calculate calculate it directly. So we can do this. We can just highlight all these guys over here, and then highlight it down. And then once you highlight it down, just come back to your conditional formatting. So your highlight cell rule, and then your highlight cell rule. Then where's our average? Yeah, can you see? Can you see over here? Above average. Can you see? Above average. So just click on your above average, and then just tell this guy the color to paint this guy yellow again, and then click on your okay. Can you see we have it exactly the same thing? Can you see that we have it exactly the same thing? So with this, you can easily maneuver your way. You can easily play around all these guys, like play around all these guys to see which is which. So your assignment will be this. So let me quickly give you your assignment. So let me copy this guy out so I can send you this sheet. So I want to control new. Yeah, this is the one I'm sending to you guys. So I have done my own, but then I will not give you guys the one I have done. So I want to delete everything in here. Yeah, I want to delete everything in here. So I can dash you guys this my own class average. I don't have any issue with that. I can dash you all these ones. I can dash you. So so your assignment will now be, you want to exploit all this conditional formatting. So for your sheet 1, you want to do greater than. For your sheet 2, you are coming back here. You're saying let's say roof. This next one is less than. So you copy this guy again. Copy this guy, and then create a new sheet, and then paste it. Use your less than here, and then paste whatever you copy here. So your less than. So the next one is what? So you are creating one sheet for each one of these guys. Like each one of these guys, you are creating for your between, you are creating for your equals to, you are creating for your text that contains, you are doing for your date. Look, so I don't need for date reoccurring because we are not using a date in what we have right now. So then your duplicate values also, you're also doing for your duplicate values. So it is just a kind of play around. For example, let me just do a play around for you right on this call. So let's say I want to use my greater than. So I can decide that I want to use my greater than on this guy. See, it is a play around. I'm going to look at your backend to see all your formulas. So just submit. We are going to look at your formulas. We don't whatever you do on it, you don't need to. I can see anything you are doing at just a simple glance. There's a way to actually check all the formulas you have. So I can say greater than. So what am I doing? Let me say I just want to do greater than 80. That's my own preference. Now what I want to do with that? Okay, you are done with sheet 1. That's your answer for sheet 1. For your sheet 2, let's say I want to do less than. So let's say I'm picking this and I'm saying I want to do less than. Just come here and say less than. So less than what? So let me say I want to see people that have less than 60 in class. So and then this. Can you see that? As simple as that. I'm done with my sheet 2. My sheet 3. What is in my sheet 3? So I'm doing everything for you on just a sheet, but then I want you guys to do it on different sheets. So I want to do between. So I'm saying I want to see people that scores between 99. Let's say that scores between 89 and 99. People that scores between 89 and 99. I just want to see people that have between that range, so that maybe they are going for a quiz competition outside, and you want to see the outstanding students or in class. You might want to do this. So can you see that we have people that are between 89 and 99 already? So that is your between. For your next one, I'm already doing the assignment for you inside class already, for you to know how simple it is. So equals to, we've already done equals to already. So let's say I want to see anybody that scores 70 on dot. I can click this and I can see that at a simple class already. So that is equals to. So let's say the next one, I want to see what else do I want to see. I want to see a test that contains, that is test, date recurring, duplicate value. So let's look at duplicate value. So let's see duplicate value. Just click on duplicate value and that's all. Can you see 65? They are duplicate. So I can click on this for the test that contains. I can click on this. For the test that contains, I can click on this and then say any test that contains, let's say something that is not common. What is not common to everybody? Let's say Z. So any test that contains Z, Z, can you see? And then, okay, can you see? It's only easy that has Z. It's only easy that has it. So with this, can you see that what I'm using all these guys to do is to spotlight, just to spot things very fast. If you notice, I'm just using them to spot things very fast, and that's what we do with your conditional formatting. So with that, you are done with your first parts. With that, you are done with this everything over here. You are done with it. So the next thing is that's come over here. I've already done top 10 item for you. I've already done bottom 10 item for you. So I've already done above average for you. The same thing that you do for your below average, and just play around it, and that's all. So for your data bar, I will advise you, if you are doing your data bar, I'd apply your data bar on your total. Apply your data bar on your total. So in fact, let me apply it on this one, because this has the highest score. So I can say data bar. So whatever data bar you are using, it's left to you, maybe your own. So your data bar is just showing you a kind of how this guy is doing. Can you see? The highest is 80. Can you see? It is showing you how they are doing relative to one another. It is showing you how they are doing relative to one another. That's what the data bar is doing. And then just play around it. Can you see? Data analysis is very simple. Can you see how I'm just freestyling things? I'm just freestyling, So it's actually very, very simple. Very simple, actually. So let's see what else we can do again. So let's say we have done data bar already. Color scale. If you want to do your color grading, let's do a color grading for this. So this color grading, this is what we use for our heat map. So for our heat map, so if you want to calculate traffic in a place, you use your heat map. For people that are in Lagos, or for people that are in advanced city, where they are using boats, all these boats, Uber driver and the likes. I don't know. I've not been to all the states in the country. I know that some states, maybe like Anambra, might not have boats or Uber. No, I'm not saying it outside though, so that prof will not arrest me after this class. I'm just saying it randomly. Some state does not have Uber, and they're like, but then for people that have used Uber and both platforms before, there's a time they always call a peak period, that the price of Uber will go beyond the normal price. And they will tell you that it is because there are more people in demand and the likes. What they use is what we call our heat map, So they check numbers of order per time, and they use that word over time to build what they call their heat time. So if their normal multiplier for price is 1 on a normal day, by the time they are getting to a kind of we have the different colors. By the time they are getting to this color, they are using multiplied by 1.5. But by the time they are getting to this color is still kind of deep. They are using 1.2. But then by the time they are getting to this color, they are using 2 or 2.5 as your multiplier. So this is one of the things that we use in business strategy for our pricing system. And then also you can also use this for maybe if you're running a restaurant, or you are running a supermarket, and you are keeping the activities of your people that are coming to your store. You want to see when you have the peak period so that you will know when to deploy 2 attendants and when to deploy 10 attendants. You don't want to deploy 10 attendants when customers are not so much on ground. And then when customers are now full everywhere, you now have just 3 attendants available. You don't want to do that for your business. So heat map is also one of the things we use to track all those things. I'm just telling you possibilities and things we use all these guys we use them for. So we use them for pricing, we use them for traffic monitoring, for resource allocation, and quite some other things also. So that's about your that's your color scale. So now for your icon sets, you just play around with any one of them. This one is not really a must. So let me use this guy. So just to show that these guys are high performance, these guys are average, this one are low performance, this one they are going down and the like. So with this, in fact, just now I have done all the assignments for you guys from the beginning to the end. The only different thing is just the fact that you guys, you will do it on separate sheets, but then I have done my own on just a single sheet. That's you guys will do it on different sheets, and I've done it on the same sheet. So please, your assignments, please, you guys should work on your assignments. And then, in fact, if you can submit the assignment tomorrow morning, if you can submit the assignment tomorrow, it is welcome. But then I think the deadline for the assignment will be for maybe next week Friday. All your assignments for next week, the deadline will be for next week Friday, so that you guys can have ample time to work on your assignment. So and the like. So please, let me see if you guys have any question. I think we are almost come to the end of the class, so that I won't overshoot the time. Before some of you guys will now still be sending, before you ask them to take my network again, so that because of time. So let me see. Do we have any question? If you have any question, please ask your question. Please throw your question now. Please, I'm trying to see the questions we have right now. Please, if you have any question, please throw your question. Yeah, next week Friday is okay. Yeah, don't worry. It will be by next week Friday. So somebody is asking, is sum and auto sum the same thing? Yeah. So your question, somebody's asking, is sum and auto sum the same thing? I think I'm having conflicted assignments now. Okay, I think this. Yeah, check the assignment. Just check the assignment on your LMS. Assignment is always on your LMS, please. Your assignment is always on your LMS. I will walk you guys through the LMS right now and then show you guys where the assignment will be. So I'll try and do that right now. Where do I see the recording of today's class? You also see the recording on your LMS. All the recordings are always on your LMS, your classroom page. All the recordings are always on your LMS. So I didn't really get the third question about those who scored above average, the top, bottom, and those things. So Adeze, we advise that you go through the class recording again. It's not really a biggie. It's just we answering questions with your conditional formatting. So we looked at the person that has the highest score, the person with the lowest score in class, and then we looked at those people that had above average. Like we look at the people that had above average, so that we can see the performance of class generally. So, but then and we used about two methods to actually do that. So you can look at the class recording again, so that you can have a proper understanding of that. Please, how can I connect my laptop with the class? So I'll be seeing your teaching and following the class at once. Oh, fantastic! Yeah. So to connect the class with the class, just go to the classroom page with your laptop. Like go to the classroom page on your laptop, and then click on join. The classroom page will be something like this on your laptop. So let's say this is classroom. This is the classroom page. This is the classroom page. So you guys, I might have more feature at the back end here because this is the admin panel. But then even if you're using like your laptop, you see something like this, join over there. So if you click on this on your laptop, it will take you to the class page with immediate effect. There is no contradiction to that. So that's simply how to join the class on your laptop. And even if you're using your mobile phone also, it's also the same approach. So this guy wants to show my face. Not show my face so that people will not be seeing my face in class, my fresh face. You want to see, you have to pay to see my fresh face now. You want to be seeing my face for free. So that's just simple how to join the class. And then under your classroom, you see your classroom. Under your classroom, this is where all your assignments are. This is all where all your materials are. So, for example, these are the materials that was posted earlier, 250 Z shortcuts and the likes. Also today, I also posted these guys, your softwares, so that you guys can have those software. Just download those softwares. Don't install them yet, please. I wrote the instruction. I gave an instruction as regard it. Don't install, especially this your SQL. SQL is very crazy with installation. So we have the installation in class. So only, in fact, you don't even need to download it right now, safe. You can wait till when we get to the 6th week of class, maybe 5th week or 6th week of class, and then I will tell you guys to download it ahead of the next class. So please please, so that you won't be having headache with it. So this class expectation. This is an assignment. This is a quiz that it's only few people actually submitted. This is a quiz. Not everybody submitted. And then the last quiz you are given was this. Can you see exec class? You see exec quiz. Can you see the quiz? So you see the quiz. So can you see? I've already marked 391 already out of over 400 people on this call. I've already marked 391. So that shows the fact that we are looking at your quiz. Don't think that you are too much than then this and the likes. And then even some of the quiz, actually, for example, this is your pre-exec class quiz. It is basically to test your knowledge, and it is counting towards your attendance, actually. So everybody that attended it, if you notice, it is 5. Everybody is given, no matter what your score is, because it is to test your knowledge. It is not.
So don't mind me, please. I believe you should be able to hear me from this side. From this side, yeah, but I believe you should hear me from this side. So, you can hear. Okay, some people can hear me already now. Yeah, some people can hear me already. Yeah. So thanks for that. And then so I was saying that it's one of my village person that is trying to call me on my phone. That's why my audio got missing. Village people following me to class. No problem about that. So I've already marked some of these guys. So anybody that attended this and attended this, you are getting your full 5 marks. It's your full 5 marks because they are basically to test your general knowledge and not part of what we have already done in class. So by the time we start doing normal quiz from now henceforth, so we can now be grading you based on whatever you score. So please always do your because already some people have already missed 10 marks already. So please always do your assignments and like so your assignment will always be on your classwork. So you can come there. If I click on this now, so it will take me to where it is. So it will take me to the page, and I can where I can so but then if from your own side, if you take it to where you will answer your questions and you can answer your questions comfortably. So that's about that. I think those are the 2 major places you guys need to see or get acquainted to on your own backend. So these are for people that are inside this class. I can see that on my own end, and these are for your scores. You can see all your scores and the like. So that's about your classroom page. So let me see what other question do we have? Please, how can I connect to my laptop? I've already answered that. So I want to leave this place as fast as possible. Which other question? Okay. So I've already phone user might not be able to do this. If they are the same thing, whether you're using your phone, whether you're using your laptop, you will see the platform on both, whether your phone or your laptop. So please, yeah, it's not really a big deal. See, how do we do assignment with our phone? Your assignment with your phone. I've already mentioned it too. Please, you need to go and borrow a laptop from your friend, please. So that we've already mentioned this before. So don't let us drag ourselves back again. Please, you need to get a laptop from your friend, borrow from your friend, and quickly use it to do your assignment. So most of these things we are learning are from the laptop aspect. What if of those that are using phone? We've already commented on this. So how do we download the SQL? Just click on the link and it will take you to where you will download it. Just download it and put it on your phone. And then if you don't know how to download it here, just hold on. I'll show you how to download it once we get there in class. So does the recording of class today may contain how you start the formula and intro? Yes, it contains it. We are recording everything in class. How do we count the aspect? I can't find count A in my own Excel sheet. How did I get that? Watch the recording again and get it. How do I do the assignment? For someone that's extremely good, you might be able to do some of the functions like your sum, your minimum, your average on your phone if you're using WPS or your Excel on your phone. But then conditional formatting is not something, it's something that I've not tried on phone before, so I can't tell you for a fact that you'll be able to do it on your phone. But then please, we've already said this before. Borrow someone's laptop to do your assignment. We've already said this before. Please borrow someone's laptop. That's not I'm not after your value, I'm after your methodology, whether you understand the concept or not. Okay, I did not see how you place those arrow in the biology columns because I didn't see my screen. Please watch the recording again. Can you please show us how to write it on separate sheets? I've already done that already. Just copy it. Just copy whatever sheet you are on. Just copy it. So for example, this is my own sheet. Just you can press your Control A. Or if you don't want to press your Control A is not picking everything. You can come to this corner, to this right corner, come here and then Control C, then go to your new sheet, then click on this plus icon and then click on your Control V. So if you don't want to go through that route, if that route is too long for you, come over your sheet here, right click on it, and then you will see what we call our move or copy. Just click on your move and copy. And then with the sheet you want to copy, then create a copy and then press your OK. So you can create as many copies as you want and start renaming it yourself. So it's as simple as that. Okay, so is conditional formatting the same with things with VLOOKUP? This man, Jude knows a lot of things about Excel already, but then he's already going ahead of syllabus. They are not the same thing, no, please. They are not the same thing. Get to VLOOKUP also in class. How do I generate random number like you do? If you watch the video, look at the exact, if you have interest in that, because I'm not sure that yes. If you have interest in it, once you are watching and you look at the exact formula type, like that. The assignment I've already shown you guys that. Sir, can you resend the question to be answered? Okay, I will upload a copy of this sheet on your LMS so that you guys can go and download it.
So that's the major thing. So
it's someone your son and your auto son,
they are awesome.
They are
what you're trying to do. They are trying to do. So please send us instruction on assignments on mail and and WhatsApp. I can send it on mail and WhatsApp. It will be on your LMS. So we are using LMS strictly, please. So you guys can check your LMS. You will see the instructions to your assignment on your LMS. Okay, can we use our phone to do the assignments? No. You can use your phone. I think with that, I've answered all the questions you have over here. So thank you so much, guys. How do you do the assignment? Okay, I think I've answered all the questions so far. So thank you so much, guys, for today, and thank you so much. Please, yeah, please. I think maybe after tomorrow's class, we will roll out a feedback form. After tomorrow's class, we will roll out a feedback form so that we get a feedback from everybody on this call about how the class has been so far, what the teaching style, if it's something that you guys are cool with, or you need us to actually blend a new, maybe a model or a kind of recommendation on what we should blend in so that it can help your learning. Just like I said, it's not about me, it's about you on this call. It's about your learning. And then we have to, yeah, when will you get the recording? So you should get the recording by tomorrow, latest. You should get the recording by latest by tomorrow. You should get all the recording. So recording for both days should be available together by after the class tomorrow. So except you want us to upload this class recording first before the class tomorrow. So, but then all your recording will be available tomorrow. So, and so just like I said, so we'll roll out a feedback form so that you guys can assess the training pattern so far, and then also so that you guys can give your feedback, and then we can use that one to patch or to repackage ourselves so that we can see how best to actually move ahead so that you guys can get it better. It is about you, strictly about you guys, and not about us. So thank you so much, guys. So somebody's asking a question if you can use his real laptop. You can use your real laptop. In fact, if two people are on this call and they are inside the same house, you can use the same laptop. Do your own, submit your own. Yes, do your own, submit your own. He should also do his own. He should also submit his own. Just don't copy each other, because if you guys are submitting the same thing, we will see it definitely. We will see it definitely. And then so you can use anybody's laptop, whether somebody on this class, whether somebody else on the lights, you can use any laptop, please. So don't be constrained by that. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for today. Thank you so much. It has been a wonderful time with you guys. So catch you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.